How can a beginner golfer learn distance control quickly? Let's find out, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, please make sure you do consider hitting that subscribe button before you leave. On this channel, I bring you guys golf related content every single day, hopefully to help you raise your game, generally to help you lower your handicap, but mainly just to get you enjoying golf more than ever before. And you've joined us in a fantastic video because it is yet another episode of the Beginner's Race to Dubai. How are we doing, Mr. Fox?
I'm grand, thank you. How are you?
Very good. And you see how we've got a little bit of something set up for you out here today?
I do, yeah.
Distance control. So generally within pitching, we try to always hit the correct distance, because then from there, you're going to be a lot closer to your target. Also, I'd like to say a huge thank you to the guys here at Aphrodite Hills. It's been a fantastic week to be here and do some filming, and it's been a fantastic venue for any golfer, but especially for a beginner golfer, to learn the tricks of the trade. How do you feel like you've done so far?
Going really well, thank you, actually.
I think you're doing really well. Also, huge thanks to Golf Mates Travel for getting us out here. You'll see that on the top as well. Supporting a few logos there, mate, and there might even be another logo coming soon with that Mizuno deal.
Hopefully.
You never know. So, to start with, and this is what we've done on most of these videos, we've just let him have a go, see what he's good at, see what he's bad at, and then maybe transfer some weaknesses into strengths whilst keeping the strengths, because that obviously makes sense, doesn't it? Guys, I always want you to be a part of my videos, and in this video, I want you to comment below what is the best pitching tip you've ever been given. I can think of a few, actually, because my pitching used to be horrendous, and now it's generally all right. So, oh, I nearly fell over them. So, mate, to start with, I've been out here grafting all morning while you've been by the pool, and I've set you up some targets. So we've got a 10 yard, 20 yard, 30 yard. Then we move it out onto the range. You can see the little bag carrier there up at 50 yards, and we also have a big thing at 80 yards there. So there is a thing, a target. So there's plenty of distances for us to cover, and you can imagine that, say if you've hit a really good drive, and then you're either hitting a second shot to a par 5, you come up short, or you hit a bad shot into a par 4 and you've got a little pitch left, so you're not quite chipping, but you're not quite hitting a full shot. This is where you've generally struggled so far, isn't it? Basically because we've not covered it. But say if I asked you to hit me a shot to this 10-yard post here, so just the first little post. We're not going to do anything, we're just going to hit maybe 3 shots to that to start with. Okay, good strike. Ball got airborne, pleased with it. 5 yards instead of 10. 5 1/4 yards. Miles better. Oof, nearly nailed it. So what we're going to try and do, we're not going to try and get them to finish on them, we're going to try and hit them on the fly, not just running up to it, because then you're learning how to control pitching distances, and then from there you can kind of work on full distances as well. So let's have a go, and I want you to comment on my technique for this 10-yard one. Ooh, nearly. 9. Do you want me to go one more?
Yeah.
Oh, 9 again. Good system, though.
Close stance.
Yeah, so nice and relaxed stance. I don't need, if I stand really wide, chances are I'm going to get quite clumsy with that. So I'm going to narrow it down a little bit so I can just rotate easier.
Yeah. Short backstroke length, but it's still coming through equal.
Nailed it. So the word there is acceleration. Yep. Yeah? So what I've not done, and this is what your technique looked like a little bit, long back and then decelerate, because that's really difficult to gauge any kind of speed. Generally, if I take it through and accelerate, then I know how hard or how far back I need to take it, should I say. There you go. Go again, 10 for me. Better, miles better effort. We've pitched a little bit further there. And I should say, guys, as well, this is a fantastic drill, not just for beginner golfers, but for golfers of all levels. Awesome. Oh!
Close.
So you can see we've got 3 targets. We've got 10, 20, 30, and then we've got a few more out there for later on. Obviously, if you're more an established golfer, what do you think you might do? You might split up a bit more. You might go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because then obviously
a bit more specific. You're going to try and get a little bit closer, but at the moment we've kept it nice and not vague, because I think being able to hit it in 10-yard increments is a very good skill to have and a difficult skill to nail. But I don't think you're going to be far away, to be fair, if we can tweak a few bits. So the key here is always going to be strike. I have to get that consistency in strike, then consistency in speed to be able to get a consistent ball fly there. So if I don't strike it very well, I catch it heavy there, you've seen that generally it doesn't go far enough. So to generate the strike that we're after for yourself, and in all the videos that we've talked about getting the weight through into the left side at impact, obviously that was for a full swing, wasn't it, to create loads of speed for distance. Generally what you find with the short game is we can preset the weight on the left foot, a little bit like when we're chipping. Then from there I don't need to worry about the strike as much because I'm always going to generate a little bit of a downward movement into the ball.
Get it set forward. And
set forward a little bit, and this is a drill we've done a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to be conscious of where the weight transfer is. Here you don't need the transfer, just set yourself forward and turn onto it nicely. Great strike, hit it.
Oh, never.
What happened there?
I'm not right sure.
Just leant back a little bit. So don't try and flick it in the air, don't try and help it. The loft will... So tell the guys what club we're using.
Lob wedge.
No?
No. Sand wedge.
Sand wedge. And how many degrees of loft has it gone at?
56.
56 degrees of loft, so we don't need to necessarily help it up in the air, do we?
Forward.
Great strike. That's awesome, mate. Finished there. Love it. So now we're going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works and we're going to go to 20. So after the chipping that we've done and another even putting essentially, what do we have to do to make this ball go 20 yards instead of 10?
Stroke length.
Exactly that. Stroke length, and generally you'll find that your rhythm wants to stay the same and that's going to help you pick up more speed, more distance.
So, that there.
Go on, yeah, that'll work I think. A little bit thin, but the distance was bang on actually. So if the strike's good, which it was on the first one, but it doesn't go quite far enough, what do we have to do? Yeah, you answered it first time, just take it back further.
Take it back further.
Great strike. That was better, wasn't it? But I tell you what, if we can nail this, you can imagine how many shots this will save you on a golf course.
Huggins.
Huggins. That's Yorkshire for a lot. Nice. It's good this, isn't it? Really good. Now we're going to go even further and we're going to go 30 yards.
30 now.
30 yards, so it's that final post over there. It's a good effort. Came out a bit low, but I tell you what, it wasn't far off, was it?
No.
So how are we going to maintain that kind of trajectory, that loft? So if I was to hit one and I wanted to pop up in the air, I'm going to put the ball a little bit further forward, which is what we've talked about in other lessons as well. And then rather than trying to help it up that way,
open face.
Well, not necessarily open face,
No.
because there's plenty of loft on there, but I'm just going to make sure that the club works down onto the ball, because that's going to help the ball pop up in the air.
Yeah.
And get that trajectory that I want, and that landed about 31, didn't it?
Like the iron. That'll be nice.
Exactly, and you'll see here that I've kind of made a little bit of a divot there, so you haven't made a divot yet because we've not hit very long shots, but obviously the club is still going to travel through at a decent speed to get 30 yards, so from there I've got no problem with taking a little bit of ground after the ball, because we're hitting what on the ball?
Down.
Exactly. Really good, that's awesome. And your better shots, can I just step in again for a second? Your better shots with this shot, the 30 yarder, the club's gone to here. So your left arm's almost parallel with the ground. So if you were to look at me now, so you stand in front of me there for me, and you imagine a clock face, where's my arm there?
9.
9. Where is it here?
Well, just asking now. 7.
Where is it? That was probably 8, wasn't it? Where is it there?
6-ish.
6, 6, 7. So if we imagine in that clock face, I'm going to play a 10-yard shot, and now you need to tell me where my left arm goes to. Ideally for you, if you go 10 yards, 8 o'clock, 20 yards, 9 o'clock, and then 30 yards, 10 o'clock. And then from there, just turn through, keep the weight left. That's going to help you get those increments and those distances.
Same.
And I want you to go 10 o'clock. Sorry, 10 yards. So you tell me how far back. That was absolutely perfect for 15, 20 yards, and if we play it back, I'd say that's more probably 9, 10 o'clock. So I think if you go 8 o'clock, you bang on. But the strike was perfect because you're not overthinking it. The simpler you can keep it, the better. Just do 7 o'clock for me. Yeah, and then keep the rhythm. So start again and go again. Really good. Finish right next to the 10. So now I want you to go 20 yards. How far?
So we're talking 10 out there.
Yeah, I think we are, yeah.
So,
Yeah, happy with that. Weight stays left and the strike's a dream.
Oh, no.
Nearly, just hung
Strike's
back
not
off it a bit. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I want you to hit me a 50 yarder. We're not going to bother with the 80 because I think that's probably more a full shot with the wind today. But a 50 yarder out towards, you can see we've put the kind of bag stand out there for me. So what kind of number do you need to go to for this? Clockwise.
All the way up to, I'd say.
Yeah, it's nearly a full shot for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far off it.
Good man. I'll tell you what, distance wise, that is absolutely on the nose. That's absolutely awesome, mate. And the thing is here is you've set yourself something up that you can practice all day, can't you?
Yeah,
We've not kind of reinvented the wheel at all. We're not talking rocket science. We're just talking a little bit of technique with the weight transfer or weight stability. Oh, love it. Absolutely. Nearly hit it. That's awesome. So, distance control with pitching for a beginner golfer. How do you feel that's gone?
Alright, once I got my swing zone.
I think the key, you understand the concept of how far back do I take it gets you a certain distance. The key is always going to be in the strike. You're never, ever, ever going to leave here and strike every golf ball absolutely perfectly, because that's not golf, that's not what it's about. So there's going to be bad shots in there. Obviously, the more we practice that technique, the better it's going to get. But for me, I think you've done really well there. I can see this is going to be an absolute integral part of can we break 100 in Dubai, because we're not going to hit every green out there. I'm not expecting us to hit, well, if we're going to hit a couple of greens out there, then in regulation, then brilliant. But it's all about how bad is the bad, as we've spoken about before. So if you can hit some shots like this, I mean, you look out here actually, and the array of balls we've got,
Oh, pretty straight, aren't they?
yeah, and if this is a green, we're not miles away, are we? So huge thank you to the guys here at Aphrodite Hills for hosting us. It's been a fantastic week, fantastic venue. Huge thanks to the guys at Golf Mate Struggle for getting us out here, and as always, we'll see you tomorrow.